Well, the Nigerian criminal justice system do not differ regardless of the states. It's quite unfortunate. This is one of the reasons Bele Farotimi highlighted, and now he's facing prosecution. You see, Nigerian law seems to have been designed against the defenseless masses. You talk of law and equity when it is being applied to all at the same circumstances. But if it is selective, if the law does not apply to certain people by virtue of their status and positions or affluence, then it means that law should be questioned, and the veracity of such process must be also questioned. As they say that justice is predicated on the integrity of whosoever presiding as the judge. You can't have justice, the judicial process or process of litigation or law cannot be said to be plain or transparent if certain instances you have seen where people did more worse things and they are let go by the same law being practiced within the Nigerian state. So that raises question: why should a 16-year-old boy be sentenced to prison for 10 years and thereafter be hanged, when we have more criminals, more people who have stolen not just a fowl but the destinies of millions of Nigerians? We have so many contracts that have not been executed, but the money is nowhere to be found. So what is the value of that fowl in our current economy today, compared to billions upon billions that have been stolen by public office holders entrusted with such public funds, and yet they are nowhere to deliver, and this money has gone down the drain? So the justice system is quite laughable, and regardless of whatever might be the argument, the child has the right to live. In fact, it's an expression of the decadence or the failure of the society. I learned that this guy was a medical student. That young guy, promising young guy, was a medical student. I know what that means. Perhaps the pressure, the financial pressures may have forced him to do what he never expected to do. So we should look and address such holistically. Rather than, it is quite laughable and very unfortunate for the judge who presided over the case should be questioned. You see, whatever court law that is prevalent within the Osun State legal system must be reviewed. It is not intended, of course, to give justice to all, but for just selected people.
Okay, let's quickly move on. There's over 30 children lost their lives during the ex-Oni White outreach yesterday. And what do you think they would have done better to avoid such things?
It is much anticipated, in as much as we have a poverty-stricken society. Nigeria is considered the center of poverty, and that is what you can see when you are in a society that have been deprived, a society where the children, the majority of Nigerian children are malnourished and impoverished. Their children, they are indigent children. Most of their parents are incapacitated. Most of their parents can no longer fend for them. Otherwise, of one need is it going to collect Indomie or Christmas park? What is the value of that park that have caused the life of innocent citizens? Their only crime, their only offense was being found among the Nigerian states. It's an indictment on the government, it's an indictment on the traditional institutions, it's an indictment on the religious institutions that are failed in their primary responsibility of holding the government accountable. This is a reflection of the decadence in the system. This is a reflection of the poverty, abject-stricken poverty that is affecting the country. Otherwise, why should they be grappling, to have a pack of Indomie? It's because of poverty. So unless the government address the poverty and take responsibility for the death of these children, the federal government of Nigeria must be held responsible. The state government in Oyo State must be held responsible for failing in the primary responsibility to her citizens, which is to protect life at all costs without giving any excuse, and to better the lot of the citizens. Look at the environment, look at the crowd, you see stricken people that are stricken in abject poverty. When you look at them, you see that these people are hungry and they needed sustenance at all costs. And that's why the politicians get advantage of the people, because they know they can throw anything at the people and they will always come. They will always be at their beck and call. So it is a systemic issue, and it's quite unfortunate. This is not the first time we have experienced this in this country, and this will not be the last time. That is the most unfortunate and sad issue about it. So the poverty index of Nigeria is quite alarming, most pronounced under the watch of Ahmed Bola Tinubu. So it's an indictment to Nigerian government, an indictment to the entire society, and a very disturbing one for that matter. Losing more than 30 children in this festive period for something that does not worth it is quite disturbing. The convener or organizer may have been arrested. It shows the poor leadership quality, inability to manage human resources. What does it take to organize these people? You see, the people you cannot organize to them, and you want to lead a nation. That is the total blunder. What is the population of those children that you come and fine-tune, organize them with your organizers, put this in place that will ensure discipline, that will show cordial or smooth distribution of whatever you think you have for them, which I understand that does not add any value, does not make any difference. They are just there just to make cat funds and get some attention from the public. It's quite unfortunate that these children have been used for sacrificial lamb.
Thank you very much.